We're recording right now. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. This is Sonny Ordonez. We're coming at you today directly from Dallas, Texas. We're with the Roofing Podcast. And I'm here with my host, Robert Osbrooks. How are you doing, Robert?
Great.
Awesome. So today's a very special day today. It's our very first podcast. This is podcast number 1, and today is Friday, September 23rd, 2021. So mark this day. I was so excited, Robert. I didn't even sleep last night, so I'm a little bit kind of not myself, not high energy. I'm gonna try to do my best and pull through, but I was just thinking about everything that, how this was gonna transpire. But basically, today's topic of the show, we're just general information about the company, introduction about us, and we're just going to talk about roofing and anything else, general life, I guess. I don't know. We're just kind of winging it. This is more of a mic check, I guess, and seeing how everything's going to pan out. So as we do these podcasts, we continue doing them. Hopefully they'll get better, but we're just gonna kind of hang out and be ourselves and have some fun. Ain't that right, Rob?
Oh yeah.
All right. So, how was your week, Rob? What's going on?
The week was really exciting. I'm telling you.
Anything going on on your side? I know Rob handles. He's more of the back end guy. He kind of is not in the
limelight.
In the limelight, not like me
today.
Yeah, exactly. But he does have a big role in our business and very important part of our business. So, he's kind of like the glue that puts everything together here. So, but yeah, Rob. So just let me know how do you feel right now? I know you a little nervous or. How do you feel about doing all this? I know this is strange to you.
Yep. So I guess if you had to say how I feel right now, I feel like this is brand new to us. So just kind of looking forward to see how it comes out, but also thinking about all the jobs we have and all the work we have in front of us. So mine always kind of racing a little bit.
Right. So the reason that we are even doing this podcast, I've done some research, and there are roofing podcasts out there. They're more geared toward other roofing companies, and they're more like, we'll help you generate more sales, leads, and things of that nature. And for us, this is more geared to our customers. It's more self-promotion. We're promoting our business, Compass Roofing, and we want to just inform our current customers and our potential future customers on anything that's roofing. And when we talk about roofing, it's usually like when people ask, what do you do for a living? I say, well, I'm a roofer. And then it just gets real quiet. It goes. And this is another thing. We want to talk about this podcast machine here. So I was thinking, I was like, man, can we make roofing interesting? Can we make it fun? And I think we can. But you just got to give it a little bit of thought process, and we want to inform people and do it in an entertaining way. And so that's the whole reason that we did the podcast is just to teach people or try to put out information about the roofing industry in general, but more in the commercial end, because commercial roofing is a very complex. There's different roofing systems. So we just want to be more informative, and that way the customers can make a sound decision if and when they need to make a decision about their roof. So that's the reason why we're doing this podcast. I don't know if it's going to work. We're just kind of, it's a long shot, but, hey, things can transpire and, things can grow as you do, and we'll learn it together. So anyways, Rob, going back on topic, can you give me a little bit of history of Compass Roofing and how it started?
Sure. So basically, Compass Roofing started when Kerry Tatum and I, that's the other managing partner, there's three of us here, Sonny, myself, Robert, and Kerry Tatum. Both Kerry and I, had corporate jobs, both worked, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. every day at the office, never got outside. That's just wasn't our cup of tea. So we ended up moving into flipping homes back in, I don't know, 06, 08, somewhere in that time frame. Everything over there was going great. It's exciting, right? It's cool to be a home flipper. Everybody wants to be a home flipper. But that's not always the most glamorous job is not always the one that makes the most money. Right. So we basically realized that this market's getting flooded. Hedge funds are moving in. Everyone wants to be in this business, and we decided to move into the roofing business at that point. And from there, we started growing a residential business. Everything started moving forward. We've got a couple hundred, 250 Google reviews.
Yes, about a little over 250. So that's really good. In our industry, the average roofing company that gets any kind of Google reviews is you can count with your fingers. So for us to have that many Google reviews, that's a big accomplishment. And of course, we can always do better. If we can get more people to participate in doing the Google reviews for us. That's the challenge always.
Right. But yeah, keep going forward to where we're at today. Sonny was actually one of the first customers that gave us an opportunity to put on commercial roofs for a company that he was working at. And we did that for a couple years, 2 or 3 years. We were putting on commercial roofs for a company that he used to be working at. And then things changed in his life. And before you know it, Sonny and I met for lunch one day and tried to just kind of hash out how he could fit into the organization and bring his expertise in commercial construction over to our business. And so that's where we're at today. He's been leading the charge on the commercial roofing side, and that's really our main focus at this point is trying to build that commercial roofing business.
Yes. So a little bit about yourself personally, Rob. A little bit about your background, maybe your interests, not common interests, but your interests like in hobbies, or what about the man, the myth here?
The man, the myth. We'll take out the myth, I guess. But for me, went to TCU in Fort Worth, grew up in Fort Worth, moved to Houston for a little bit in the energy industry. And then came back to the Fort Worth area, kind of got out of the whole finance, banking, energy, decided to do construction, and that's it. Got a daughter. She's 16. She's involved in the FFA, amazingly enough. I think I like to hunt. I like to go fishing. We own a little ranch out west of Dallas-Fort Worth, and I think I might have went overboard there. I got it all.
What about your dogs?
Yep, got three bird dogs. Goes back to hunting again. Everything kind of circles back to hunting. Putting roofs on kind of circles back to hunting, right? That gives me the money to go do what I really enjoy.
Yeah, the hunting aspect for Rob, it's a way of life for him. Didn't you tell me you work to do the hunting? That's the whole reason why you work. So exactly. He's a big time hunter. I'm a novice. He kind of takes me along to these hunting trips, and I kind of got the bug on that. But I enjoy going out and experiencing nature, and just.
I think kind of getting into the roofing industry. I was telling you I was in the finance industry, and I was sitting in the office all day, right?
Right.
So roofing, you're outdoors, you're on roofs, you're same kind of principle as going hunting. You're getting outdoors. You're getting to see new things every day. We're getting every roof that we get on is a different project. There's no one roof that's alike. So,
Right.
So that's kind of back to the care that needs to take place on each roof, and each one is we manage it as an individual. We don't just say, hey, we're going to put another roof on and send the guys out there, because if we did, things would be wrong. I mean, we've got to analyze your roof and make sure that we're doing everything as it relates to your roof, because your roof is special. And I mean, that sounds kind of corny, right? But it is.
Right.
Because every roof is its own. I don't know how to say it, but
It's custom. It's a custom roof. Basically, it's not a cut and paste. So that's a great point. People say, well, why should we pick Compass Roofing? Being that you're a small boutique business, not like these bigger companies. And I think the advantage of working with us and being the size that we are is that the owners, just like what Rob says, us being the owners, we touch every project. We have a hand in it, and we're responsible for each project. And when you go with the bigger company, that may not be the case. The owner's not going to give you that personal touch. They're doing other things and focusing on other aspects of the business. But for us, we go out there as owners and make sure that the quality's there. Make sure that if there's anything that needs to be done, we take care of it and we handle it ourselves. So that's one of the advantages of working with us right now on the capacity and the size that we are today. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let me give you a little bit about myself, my background. I'm from Lubbock, Texas, originally born and raised. Shout out to all the people in Lubbock. Grew up on the other side of the tracks, went to the School of Hard Knocks, and I wasn't in the best decisions of, I didn't make the best decisions as a kid, so I kind of ran with the wrong crowd, but luckily I got out of that situation and sought bigger and better things. I opened my first business when I was 22. Got into the hair business. I was a barber for 18 years. But during that time span, I did other businesses. I had 2 salons. I had a car business and a house building business. So I was very busy during that time frame. And I decided later on I wanted to sell everything, move to the big city, swim with the sharks. So we sold everything, came out here in 2013. I wasn't sure what I was meant to do out here in Dallas, Texas. But, I just tried different things, a little bit about real estate. And then I was always drawn to the construction. So I worked for a couple of GCs and learned a little bit about the commercial side of things. And that's where I met Rob and Carrie, and that's where we kind of came together and put our minds together and say, hey, let's try to work on this commercial division. So that's where we're at today, and I think it's been good for us. It's a good working partnership. I've never really had a partner, and I really dig working with these guys. So we all have like minds, and I think we have the like goals, life goals. So, but that's where we're at right now. So why are we out here doing the podcast? Again, it's like I said, we're trying to focus on self-promoting and getting our name out there, and we're reaching out to people who are in charge of commercial roofs, like commercial property managers, facility managers, people who own buildings. If you own a building, more than likely there's a 99% chance, Rob, that they have a roof.
You think?
So those are the people we want to reach out to. And, the types of roof, we handle all types of roofs, from flat roofs to, what they call pitch roofs.
Steep pitch roofs.
Yeah. So, the flat roofs, we tend to lean more toward the single ply as a solution. Those are TPO, PVC, EPDM type roofs. In a lot of cases, customer would want a mod bit. We call them, was it mod?
What's that?
The mod bit is the modified bitumen. Is that correct? Is that in saying that?
That is correct.
All right. So we also do metal roofs, gutters, skylights. Do liquid apply. That's where we actually paint a membrane over the roofing system on a flat system.
I wouldn't call it paint.
Yeah, well, that's how I say it. But you apply it. It's a liquid apply. You can spray it. There's all kinds of ways you can apply it.
Spray it, roll it.
Roll it, yeah.
So, yep.
You can't, and they do use paintbrushes to do so you are kind of painting it. So flashing, exactly. Excuse me. And we also do some composition asphalt shingles. Those are more on the pitch roof, and wood shake shingles. Rob, you know more about that.
Yeah, on the of course we started the residential roofing business quite a few years back. So anything that's got composition shingles, wood shake, composites, you name it, we've done it. Metal on the residential side, we've done quite a bit of that on the commercial side too. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple at this point. When we first got into this business, it wasn't simple.
Right.
It was a challenge. I mean, you're coming into this business brand new quite a while back, and you just didn't know the terminology, you didn't know the players, you didn't know, and there's some resources out there. Our manufacturers, GF, Versico, Firestone. There's Certainty, Owens Corning on the residential stuff. They do a little bit of commercial also, but they're pretty helpful. But still, you just got to get out there and learn this business. And now we're kind of at that stage where we're always learning. There's still a ton for us to learn, but it's become more of a simple process because we know what's going on each person's project.
Yeah, that's right. And one thing that you mentioned, a lot of roofing companies start out the way we have as residential, because residential in a lot of ways it's kind of cut and paste. You have different roof situations, but it's just the same type of roofing system. Now, when you're dealing with commercial, just like what you've told me in the past, Rob, it is truly a skilled trade. So, and there has to be a little, and every roof that you do, there has to be some, you have to put your brain meats to it, because every roof has its issues, and it's not the same issues that you've done before in the past. Sometimes it's something totally that you're not familiar with, and so you have to kind of problem solve around those issues when you're dealing with these commercial roofs. So what happens is a lot of guys in the roofing business attempt to do the commercial, and they kind of mess those up a lot of times. So we can kind of come back and fix those problems. and these guys, they'll come out here and they'll say, hey, yeah, we'll do it for this price and we're the cheapest. And sometimes when you do the cheaper option, you get what you pay for. Ain't that right, Rob?
Yeah, and I'd like to say that we were real fortunate to have an installer that's been doing this for about 40 years. That's kind of pulled us along as far as from where we started. I mean, just being around somebody with that much knowledge in the commercial roofing business has really helped us kind of speed up our learning curve too. And I've heard so many horror stories from guys that say they can do commercial roofs, and we could have been that company if we'd have went out there and picked up an installer that was new to the business like us. We could have been those horror stories, but we were able to find the right guy that could bring us up to speed, and now we're comfortable doing this. Not completely on our own, because you're always relying on other people, but we feel like we know what we're doing at this stage of the game, and we're not gonna be involved in any of those horror stories. Cross our fingers. And
amen. So another thing that we do is typically we can do new construction on roofing. We also do tear offs and re-roofs, and all those types of applications are on a case by case. We'll do those. We don't try to tear off every roof just to try to make all the money. If we can try to salvage the roof, then we can, and we do that by using certain equipment. Our claim to fame is what we say is we do the free thermal roof survey. And what that entails is basically we go out up on your roof. If you have any issues, you call us. We go out there. We'll inspect the roof visually, and then we'll go out there again if the weather conditions apply to, there has to be a certain window for us to go out there and do the thermal scan. The conditions, the weather has to agree with us, but we'll go back out there and do a thermal scan on the roof and see if there's any water. And these types of roof are mainly for flat roofs, is when we do these types of thermal scans. But what it is basically is just an MRI for your roof, but instead of using magnetic waves, we use thermal imaging, and we go out there and we can track and see where the water is standing underneath your roof, and that's where you get the situations where it could cause damage to your substrate. And so that's vital information to really know the condition of your roof, and if this is something that we could use to determine whether it's a repair or replace or whatever. So and we do that totally free. If you go through a third-party engineering firm, they'll charge you $5,000 easy, and they won't even go on your roof. They'll just fly a drone over it, and they'll give you a report. Our reports are very detailed, so this is very vital for anyone that owns a building, or they're managing several buildings. Use us to go out there and take a look at your roofs, and it's free, and the reports are free. And so if anything, you at least know what's going on top of your roof, because usually people don't even care about their roofs. They, it's one of those things that's back of your mind, but your roofing system is very, very important. That's the thing that holds your whole building together. And if you have any issues, you want to make sure that you have the right information in front of you so that you can make those right decisions. So again, those are free, and we'll probably go into more detail about the roof surveys later on in future podcasts. But yeah, that's basically it. We're just kind of talking. And is there anything else that you want to add as far as roofing? I mean, what's your general thoughts about everything? Or what's going on in the situation that we're dealing with right now is roofing material supply. That's it's a big deal right now, right? Do you know anything about that, Rob?
I've heard a little bit about it. So, given that right now the supply chain, because of COVID, because of the hurricanes, because of you name it, the freeze that happened here in Dallas-Fort Worth a while back, basically messed up the supply chain. And so here we are. We're trying to get product to put on buildings, and the product's not available. So there's some alternatives that have come into the market here recently. But basically, if you need a new roof at this point, it takes some time. It takes a couple months to get material in. Hopefully that gets corrected in the next 6 months to a year, but we just got to kind of work through that issue. The good thing about it is most people that need a roof or looking at a roof, I'll call it a sales cycle, because it is a sales cycle from our end, but from your end, you're just evaluating the companies and trying to figure out who's going to do the roof. But that takes time. People don't jump into commercial roofing projects, and one day say I need a roof tomorrow. So everybody's pretty understanding in this market as far as, I need a couple months to get my material, or I need,
Right. And this situation just doesn't apply to the roofing industry. It's in all different industries, from the auto, and this doesn't just affect us as a country. It's a global situation for everyone. So we'll try to make do between now and 6 months from now. But that's what they're saying is the next round of material supplies is around 6 months. I mean, so it's a challenge for us as a company, but we'll work around those, and we'll try to be creative in trying to solve people's problems, because people still need roofs between now and then. So
yeah, I was going to say the other way to look at this is if you've got a leaky roof, you're thinking about getting a roof, you better jump on it.
Oh yes, because the pricing. Oh, that's another thing. You have supply and demand. So with the lack of materials, that just drives the prices up. So if you're on the fence about trying to put in on a new roof, or you're thinking about putting waiting for prices to go down, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be beneficial for you. So.
Yep. So
what else? Okay, so yeah, on the next podcast, that's going to be something that we will be talking about, is the roofing material supply chain, and hopefully maybe we can get someone that's an expert, or one of our suppliers. We can phone him in and see what his thoughts are, and that'll be one of our topics for next week.
Yep, we'll see. We'll see if we can get somebody on here with you, Sonny.
Yeah. So
Sonny dragged me into this deal. I'm not, of course, you can tell I'm not real fired up, and as far as all happy and energetic, and I'm kind of that back office guy. We talked about that earlier,
right?
But yep, we'll just keep bringing people on. And
yeah, well, I'm the opposite. I'm a people person. Naturally, being my background as a barber, I was constantly around people and just talking, and so that's my my cup of tea. And but this podcast is still kind of new for me. I'm trying to grasp talking to a microphone and talking, I'm talking to Rob, and I want to try to be entertaining, but like I said, this is just more of an introduction, and getting to know about our company, and get to know us a little bit. But as we go on and as we push forward, I'll loosen up a little bit, and I'm a little bit on the crazy side. I do crazy things. If you've seen some other videos, I did one where I attempted to eat some money, and it's just goofy stuff like that I just want to, if I can make you chuckle, hey, I did something. So. But yeah, so we're going on here. I think it's at this point we just wanted to let people know who we are, and I guess for next podcast we'll talk about again the material supply. But Rob, do you have anything that you wanted to add or anything like that?
No, I mean, I think you touched on something earlier about the. How you're evaluating roofs. You were going to look at doing a re-roof. You were going to do a complete tear-off or a recover. You'd kind of mentioned that we're not just here to gouge people, I guess is maybe the term you used.
Yes.
I don't remember. But that just kind of triggered something in my mind that Sunny City grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. I grew up in a middle-class family. Basically, you can be rest assured that the back of our minds, the back of my mind, I can't read Sonny's mind, but yeah. We're always looking for the right approach to save you guys money, because I mean that's just the way we grew up. I mean we didn't grow up in an environment where we're making all kinds of money, and we want to make money. We want to be profitable. We want your business to be profitable. We want these projects to be cost effective for you. we want basically build a relationship here. We're gonna do the things right, and we're gonna do them that's right for your budget too.
Exactly. So just to add to what Rob was saying, roofing companies generally have a bad reputation, along with, and not to insult people as lawyers or whatever, but and car salesmen. But that's where most people kind of categorize us and put us in that group. We're out there to just pull one over your eyes, and we try to do a different approach. We want to be as transparent as possible, and be fair. We're not going to be the cheapest out there, and we shouldn't be, because if you're cheap, then that's what you're going to get. And something as important as a roofing system, you don't want to go cheap. You don't want to deal with the cheapest people, because if something goes wrong, those people tend to not come back if there's a callback or there's leaks or whatever, because they've already did the work and the money's already been exhausted, so they're just going out there for free, and that's the way they kind of think. So we're fair in our pricing, and we just want to just let people know that if you use us and we go out there and we look at your roof, you have that peace of mind that we're not out there to try to pull one over on you. So, but yeah, Rob, I guess anything else that you wanted to add, or?
No.
All right. Well, this is just a test. Now, I don't want to say a trial run. Again, I'm kind of I'm not sure how I'm going to be in my role and in my personality with these podcasts, but we'll just kind of push forward, and as long as we get the information, we have topics that are interesting, I think people will listen. But if you have anything else further,
we'll let them decide that.
Yeah, we'll let them decide. But and if you have any comments, just let us know. Say, hey, Sonny, you said too many times, or you moved around, or you didn't smile, or whatever. We're open to any kind of constructive criticism in regards to this podcast. So anything else that you want to add to?
No, I think we're all good.
All right, well, I'm going to try this button as an outro. Let's see how this works out. There you go. So again, this is Sonny Ordonez and my co-host Robert Alsbrooks, and this is the Roofing Podcast, brought to you by Compass Roofing. You can reach us at compassroofing.com if you want more information. Our number is 817-349-3129. So if you have any questions, feel free to call us anytime, and we'll be glad to help. Ain't that right, Robert?
That's right.
All right, well, we just want to say thank you to all our listeners. And again, this was a exciting moment for us. Exciting, scary, and we're swimming in the unknown. But like I said, I think once we do this more often, we'll open up a little bit. What you think, Rob?
I sure hope so.
All right. Well, we just say thank you to everyone, and we'll just see you on the next one. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Peace.
That's kind of where I started. That's where I came out of college. I spent, a good part of 10, 15 years in that industry. And then moved over into the construction.
Rob, you're going to hate me.
Yep.
We're not recording. All right, let me go back here. Hold on. I forgot to press record. I recorded here, and I didn't record on this one. Well, at least we did a dry run.
Wow.
All right. How long was that?
Like 15 minutes, bro.
Okay. Let's start all over again.